guy who's my beta reader, my main beta reader, who was a poet, XPJ7, when he read both books, he was like, Cody, he said, dude, you got about 20 movies in these books. And he was saying, I was like, yeah, I said, probably do, you know? So like I said, if something present itself to him and you know, the business go right, I would just say, here, take the book. Yeah, do it. Yeah, because I don't, like I said, I don't have the time to do it. I got 2 more stories I got to write. So that,
it's gonna happen. But you know what? Can I ask something of you? Because I can't have Cola Rum up in here and not have you like maybe share an excerpt from your book, or you know, some of your words spoken, your spoken words, you know. I mean, that just can't happen, Cola.
That's just, I mean, I can do I can do the first page of the book to see how I'm coming, you know.
And then Tracy, as he pulls that up, I know you got some in the archives that we can take the viewers.
Oh yes, yeah.
Oh yes, I already know you got some archive work. Yeah, pull that out.
My spirit, you can hear it through the darkness and the pain. Warrior, says the wind. A chieftain, says the rain. A warrior, says the wind. A chieftain, says the rain. I hear the weak crying about the economy in dismay. You know what I tell them? The hell Mother Nature's vagina is gray. I was born when Nixon was lying to us. Shit, this is just another day. To a bloodline of royal warriors that hustled hand to mouth, trained through pain to eat their troubles, digest their struggle, and spit out their doubts. They repeatedly told me during the 70s recessions and droughts, doubt, a true king and queen, they can take anything that this old constipated world can shit out. Being breastfed, their pennies of thought, tailor-made my baby warrior's cloth, priceless. Potty trained to pee in 73 when the gas was high from the energy crisis. When Nixon got impeached in 74, I played water balloons with the unused rubbers left over from the whores. They used them as bonus accessories on the avenue when they sold their merchandise for their pimp's revenue. Their modus operandi was still the clothes, hose, and hide from the movie Superfly circa 1972. Warrior in 75, Warrior in 76, when my stepfather, unamused with his own mental breakdowns and fits, broke my left arm for kicks. Warrior in 77, Warrior in 78, before the Branch Davidian in Heaven's Gate, Jim Jones was showing us just how sick religious Kool-Aid can taste. I was a warrior in 79, a warrior in 1980, when the Iran hostage crisis murdered low gas prices, and the name Unabomber became synonymous with crazy. I was just a kid, without the luxury of throwing a hissy fit. Nah, because mama was elbows, fists, and grit. Feminine boys were caressed with a punch in the chest. Nigga, that's warrior protocol.
Come on. Yes, I will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're going to do that.
Back pocket already.
Yeah. So I mean, I can do like I'm just gonna do 1 page. It's just the first page, and it's basically I'm inside of my head. This is how the book starts. I'm standing on a corner in front of a security booth late at night, and I'm just thinking about the nighttime. And so it is basically just letting you know how I'm coming because I'm a poet. So and this is what it says. It says, visually, the sun is cosmetics. It is electromagnetic makeup. Solar smoke and mirrors for the modern day world. New school sheep's clothing for the present day planet that hides the savagery of the earth from its own inhabitants. Deluding the minds of naive, delusional, and idealistic to the nature of the realm they inhabit. In times past, when the earth wasn't as sophisticated in the concealment of itself, when societies were openly constructed by wars, invasions, and murder, mankind knew that they existed on a barbarous plane, in an insane jungle where one must fight daily to survive. But as time moved on, societies evolved. So too did the earth's branding of itself. And mankind learned how to disguise its barbarism, how to camouflage its cruelty in beautiful wool packaging. Wars became crusades for freedom. Invaders became liberators, and murder became collateral damage and liquidation. Over time, due to the mass brutality, most of mankind forgot the earth's savagery. They came out of their houses, bathed in the warmth of the sun rays and the civility of the modern world. You need light to dupe, to utterly enchant the eyes, to deceive. The deceived need to see the beautiful wool before it's poured over. But it's only at nightfall, sunset, when the light of the planet is dimmed and the makeup removed, that the true face of the earth is forever revealed. The time in which for survival's sake, nothing is given the benefit of the doubt. Strangers are perceived as freaks, killers, and thieves. The highways and the roads turn to dark lanes and paths. The green foliage hides potential perverts and maniacs. Lively waterways grow mysterious, and the sounds of the animals become frightening noises of creatures on the prowl. It is then that the naked physiognomy of the planet is remembered, a nakedness that sends most into the comfort of their habitat until the makeup is reapplied.
Wow.
You're a dangerous
You
black
deep, brother.
man. You're a dangerous black man. You're a
See?
dangerous black man.
Oh man, just some thoughts, man. Just some there were just some thoughts about things at night when we were pondering about standing out with security guards at night. We were thinking about all different types of things, and that would always come up with me. When people be like, I hate working at night. I would always be like, well, I love working at night. They were like, why? I would say, well, you don't have no delusions about society at night. I say, you know the work at night, everybody looking, studying people, watching people. I say, when the sun come up, the same no good schemers are still out here, but we get fooled by the sun. So we let our guard down and walk around everybody. Yeah, but at night, everybody have their guard up at night. You know what I'm saying? But even when the sun is up, that rotten bastard's still out here. You know, the same rotten bastard at night, he walking around in the daytime too. But you let your guard down in the daytime. And so I thought that would be a beautiful way to start the book, with using that analogy, you know, as a night and the day.
When your film come, you're gonna have to have some narration, because the way you phrase, you are a true wordsmith. The way you phrase your words is so colorful. It's beautiful. It's like modern day Shakes doggone beer. It is great. I mean,
thank you. I mean, I'm a poet. I can't help that.
No, but you got a gift. I mean, but the way your poetry is, and the way your first page of the book, it's fitting.
Oh, thank you. Like I say, I'm just doing my job. It just, I mean, that's the thing I've always been good at. I've always been good with words. So it's like I gotta use them, because that's the lane that God put me on. You know, so I just walk down that road.
When did you start writing? What age? And do you remember?
I always thought like this. I would when I was a kid, I would always remember quotes. Like I would always watch. I know you over that age. I don't know if the other two are over that age, when they would have the Robin Hood movies on Saturdays, and the Robin Hood, the swashbuckling movies. In all the Robin Hood movies, they'll be saying all of the fly stuff, or fighting with the swords and stuff.
Baseball dagger.
Yeah, and they would have all the slick quotes. And I remember all of the quotes from the swashbuckling movies and from the cowboy movies, the little things they would say, and I remember them. And then when I'd be outside my friends, I would go to quoting them and have them laughing. And then as I got older, my mother, I was raised Afrocentric. So my mother always had books around. And what had happened is my uncle, who was like my brother, he started reading these books. And so I would come with quotes from movies, and he would come with these doper quotes from books. And I'd be like, where you heard that at? You know, I would just do a one-line quote. He'll come back and quote something out 3 lines. I'll be like, damn, you know? And so he'll say, well, I got it out this book. And next thing you know, I'll read that book. And then we just started reading books and kept reading books. And so I always had that flair to understand words, you know, either at the church, I know what I'm saying, I'll be listening to the preacher, and he ain't that good. You know, my aunt hit me and felt, you know, he ain't good. You know, I'm listening to his words. And then outside, you got the mosque, Nation of Islam, they'll be preaching. I'll be listening to their words. So I was always listening to how people word stuff. And then as I got into my upper teens, I was that kid on the corner when everybody be drinking Mad Dog or what. They'll be telling me to talk. And so I would start talking and have everybody laughing about explaining stuff. And the word, we're using words. So the words was always there. But it was only until I got, when I got into my upper teens and I started reading deeper and deeper novels. Then I started realizing the differences of words, how people using them. And I started saying, wow. And then I started reading poetry books and hear how they was wording words and stuff. And I was like, wow. So I was always fascinated with them. But as I got older and older, I developed the love for them. Then I realized, and then I started realizing the power of them, because just like art, every endeavor out here uses them. Every endeavor out here uses art.
Yeah.
And every endeavor out here uses words, you know. Businessmen got to have the PR, got to go out there and speak for them. You know, the church got to have the preacher, they got to speak for them. You know, the politician got to have the top politician, got to go out there to speak of the house. Everybody got to have somebody out there that can use them words, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, and so I started, even in your everyday life, relationships. Yeah, you gotta know how to use the words, man.
You're right about that.
Oh yeah.
You gotta know how to use the words in a relationship. You gotta, and getting older, I had to figure out, you know, the wrong words. I can't use that word with her. I gotta use this word here. Yeah, I can't say it like that. I gotta say it like this. Yeah. So I started realizing just how powerful and intricate words were. And I said, okay. I thought I was early 20s. I thought I was cursed. God, I'm one of the people that be talking to God. God, you done cursed me. You give me a talent I can't do shit with. You give me a talent with books, with words. What the fuck am I do with this? I can't do nothing with it. So I'm thinking I'm cursed, But as I got old, I realized I was blessed.
Lo and behold.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a gift.
Exactly.
You were gifted and didn't even know.
In the beginning was the word.
The word.
And the word was.
Exactly. But I thought I just cursed. I'm just cursed these damn words. That's all I got is these words. Yeah. And like these novels just opening up other doors. Other stuff is happening, And like I said, well, whatever possible. It already have led me on different paths. But last year I won the Moth Storytelling Championship of the city. Yeah, the storytelling that be on the left of the dial, they come on the weekends. They have the people telling stories. Yeah, I won the championship last year.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was just,
wow.
my books was finishing up. I hadn't finished the first book, but I hadn't put it out yet. And friend of mine, friend poet John Good, he hosts.
Yeah, John Good.
He was hosting the Moth. He kept asking me like every month, because I had just went through a divorce. So he was the guy, Cody, sitting up in that house and need to come out and show these people how to tell a story. Show these people, I don't go out there. I don't be around them. Yeah, I don't want to do that. He kept asking me that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Then finally I went out there. I said, okay, what's the topic? And he told me the topic, and I went out there kind of like with the poetry. I wrote a little story, went out there and told it. And I said, okay, once I told it, I said, okay, it's a little different from poetry. It's more subtle. You don't have to go turned up to 10. You can be on. Yeah. And so once I got into it and figured it out, I just boom.
Yeah.
Because it was words. Then look up. A year after that, I won the championship. So
wow.
Yeah. So like I say, doors already opening, and so whatever it's gonna do, it's gonna do.
I would like to go in a slightly different direction. Do you have a slightly different direction just for a second? Because with what's going on now, what word do you have for this time?
In regards to words that I should tell somebody?
No, I'm just saying in regards to this COVID, to With all the slayings, and do you have?
I mean, honestly, I'll say take care of yourself, because it's like, at the end of the day, we really don't, we know what's going on, but we don't know what's going on. You got so many different people got their hands in the pot and they're stirring it. I mean, they just came out, what, 2 days ago saying what it was called, the main type of COVID that they want us to stay in the house for. Now they're saying they was wrong. So we've been sitting in the house for 3 months for nothing.
So they say.
Yeah. So
Enough of us
I
didn't
don't know.
die.
yeah, and then you got the protest that has been hijacked. It started out, as a protest for George Floyd, but now they've hijacked it, and so you got the left anarchists on the left and the white supremacists on the right. They done took over the protest. They fighting each other, and black people sitting in the middle. So I'm telling black people, man, y'all might need to pull back so y'all can figure out what's going on, because it's like, yeah, you got so much going on and so many people on soapboxes, and everybody trying to get their face out there, man. I was like, man, I was telling some young people, I said, man, you want to go out there, but it's on you, because right now you don't know what's going on. Everybody out there trying to stick their hand in the cookie dish, and it just and everything then became a mess. It's a mess out there. It's just become a mess because you don't really know what's going on. So I say sit back and do your research and try and figure out what's going on for yourself, because there's so many things that's going on. Like I said, you got the anarchist group out there blowing stuff up. You got the white supremacists blowing stuff up. Then you got the organized crime out there breaking into the jewelry stores, stealing the jewels. And then you got some dudes who want to be the new Malcolm X's, you know what I'm saying? They don't really want to help black people. They just want to get their face out there so they can figure out a way to pimp you. So they getting on their soapboxes. And so it's like you got all these different people pulling on black people, and all of them trying to use us. And so it's like, okay, black people got to realize that everybody's out here, and most of them is not for your interest. All of them out here trying to use us. And so it's like, yeah, we got to come to grips with that. But yeah, so it's just, we're in a real chaotic time, and it's like it's a lot of backdoor chess moves that's going on, and they'll come out, and everybody want us to be the face of something they're trying to do. Everybody trying to benefit from the black struggle, from our struggle. But at the end of the day,
call it out.
Yeah, at the end of the day, who always gets shafted at the end of the day? We always end up getting the short end of the stick. Every time we end up getting and I was talking about that with somebody today. They were talking about defunding the police, and they're gonna move the money. I said, well, move the money where? I said, well, everybody, you know this on TV, everybody talking about giving money to, I said, but ain't none of that money gonna make it to the black community. Watch, everybody talking about, I done sent this money here, I done sent this money here. Comcast just came out saying they finna give 100 million. I said, man, all these millions moving. I said, now watch. I said, now watch, by the end of the summer, ain't no black community gonna have this money. You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, so that's what's going on.
True.
Yeah, that's the truth. Is what's going on is that everybody is using black people as a pawn, and everybody got all these ulterior motives that's going on now, and they're using black people as pawns right now. You know, but that's what's going on. Because I was telling people, I say that protest don't seem strange to y'all. And then people are like, yeah, it is. I said, yeah. I said the black people trying to protest. I said the white people blowing up everything. I said, when did you have that happen? When did you have a protest when you got white people around here blowing up everything? You know, so yeah, so it's really weird, strange times. So it's just, you gotta take care of yourself. So that's all I say, you gotta take care of yourself. Because when the COVID first came out, and people started calling me about it, I say, dude, I already jog, I already eat good, I take vitamin C every day, you know what I'm saying? I said, I already been on it, you know, and I just kept my same routine. Only thing I did, I just started drinking a little bit more ginger and lemon, you know, but I just kept to my routine. So it's basically you just gotta take care of yourself.
Mothers, shit, they have their own child rearing laws. One in particular that I recall. Oh yeah, ain't nothing coming out of their vaginas with opinions that is not gonna have a set of balls. People, they like to romanticize the 70s as being heavenly, a non-violent disco lady. But that hoe was loco, baby. She had to be a sadistic psycho bitch to give birth to the go-go 80s. That's when an actual actor started acting. You know our directors, they hired Ronald Reagan to lie to us. While the bankers became some old suicidal fuckers. I mean, they were dying to screw us. Unemployment was nearing record levels, so us in the ghetto had thought that this was that test that would press out with a medal until two scientifically engineered random killers entered the field of battle. AIDS and crack? Shit. Hey, torture-tainted is how I explain it, anguish artists of war. But we didn't respect the portraits of death that they had painted until about 1984. Like I said, they were phantoms that were killing at random, the strong and decrepit, some using the double kill method, being killed while killing. Yes, I know it's probably a paradox, but not a modest mistake by me. Crackhead hoes, they caught AIDS while plying their trade, while cats did crack to take their minds off their positive HIV.
And don't look for nobody to take care of you. You gotta take care of you health-wise. If you was already on it, you was already on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of people just don't be on it. They need to already be on it. But yeah, a lot of people, like I have people in my neighborhood, I live in East Point. People walk around with masks on, but they eating fast food and smoking cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? You know, smoking a cigarette.
Somebody said it. Somebody said it.
You're defeating the purpose. Yeah. I got neighbors, dude, they had their mask on, dude. They out there smoking blunts, drinking big things of liquor. I like, dude. I said, I was telling them the purpose is to keep your immune system high. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying is that you gotta take care of yourself, take care of your health. Yeah. Don't look for nobody to protect you. You know, go out and get your little firearm because it's like we only halfway through 2020. Yeah. Oh man,
We need a redo.
Exactly. 2020 kicking ass and taking names, man. And it's like, yeah, we got 6 more months, and it ain't gonna let up. It already let us. Yeah, this how I'm coming. That's all.
Survival of the fittest.
This how I'm coming.
Strap up your boots.
But you know what? We've been in the house. We've been up on the quarantine, and people been discovering new talents, new projects for themselves to work on, and just in response to everything, you have people who are like myself, young people wanting to get out there, wanting to be a household name, wanting to pour knowledge into the community. Some people are aspiring, poets and spoken word artists. But as you said earlier, sometimes they get on stage and what they produce sucks. So what advice would you give to like a young person who's fighting to get to wherever they want to be? What advice would you give them so we don't get to that point where we're on stage and we think we put together a really good piece of work, and then somebody like yourself who's been doing this, skilled in this, has the long history and experience, to say, young black man or young black woman, what you did was a total piece of trash, and let me tell you how you can make it better. What would you say?
If I see that they build for it, I'll tell them, all right, this is your talent. If it's not their talent, I'll probably try and tell them that, this might not be your talent. It might be your space right now, because as Tracy could tell you, throughout the poetry scene, we had a lot of people who came out doing poetry, but later that person was better at film, or that person was better at being an actor, or that person was a better painter. Yeah, exactly. So the poetry it might be your space at the time to be around other poets, but it might not be your calling. You might be a filmmaker, or you might be an orator, or you might be a manager of poets, So it's just, you got to be constantly taking a reassessment of yourself so you will know what your true talent is. because everybody got a talent, just that everybody don't know what it is, you know. So yeah, so it's like you're around other artists because you're in that space, but you got to know, all right, I'm in this space, but what is my talent? What is my talent in this space? Do I supposed to be on that stage? I might be better at working the lights, or I might be better, because I done met some masters at organizing a function, man, that's just talented. You know what I'm saying? That just organizing it, getting the people out. I done met people that's their thing. They know how to do it. You know, so it's like you got to know you got to find out really what your talent is, and then go after it. Once you find out what your talent is, it comes easy. It does.
Dead or alive, because you mentioned influence and what you what things that have inspired you throughout the years. But dead or alive, who are you just itching to collaborate with, if anybody?
Mentally, I just collaborated with Charles Mingus, the great jazz musician. That's who I probably would have wanted to collaborate with. In the book, I explained that me and him are on kindred frequencies. And that's when you and somebody's frequency are on that same level. Yep. Like, for instance, you, Mr. Harris, what musician that's not here that when you listen to their music, you be like, man, this dude do it for me?
Rick James.
Exactly.
That's the person for me.
Exactly. That he is on your that's your frequency. For me, always when I heard Charles Mingus jazz music, it was like boom. It was my frequency, dude. And so when I would be with other poets, they would always bring up Miles Davis, John Coltrane, the ones everybody always bring up. And I would say Charles Mingus. They'd be like, what? They'd be like, no, I don't get into him that much. So that's why when I wrote the novels, I said, I'm finna bring attention to this great jazz composer that don't nobody ever talk about. And so that's why I made his music the soundtrack of the novel, because he's my frequency. When his jazz come on, I always be like, yeah, you know, I always be like, yeah. So yeah, so that'll be the one, Charles Mingus.
Yeah. Well, Cola, in closing, can you tell us or let everybody know where we can get your book from?
Yes, you can get my book from colarum.net. You can go there and it has links to Amazon and Barnes & Noble. If you want a hardcover, you can get it from Barnes & Noble, and you can go to the Nook. If you ebook, you can go to Amazon and get the book, and if you got Kindle. But Amazon and Barnes & Noble, and the link is through colarum.net. That's colarum.net. And like I said, the second book comes out next year. I'm gonna have a book release party next year. I had to push it back from this year because of 2020. So I had to put it back to next year. So I'm gonna have a book release, and that's gonna be a book release for both books when the second book come out next year. But you can find it at colarum.net.
We're invited to the book release, either Neo Soul TV or Between the Lines, right?
Yeah, bring your mics, bring your cameras, all that. You know, bring all that with you, come out. You know me, I'm free flowing. You can do whatever you want to do there with your camera. I don't care. Yeah.
So wait, before we go, Tracy, we talked about how you stirred up the pot to make the cake. You got the icing coming on the cake, and now the sprinkles. We already put the energy out that the sprinkles is gonna be that documentary, that movie, and you're not gonna have to do nothing. They're gonna just take it. So you did the work. We made the cake. We iced the cake. Now we just got the sprinkles left.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah,
I claim all that.
we putting it. We putting the energy out there.
Put it out there. You gotta put it out there. So I take all that. You know.